Yo, what's up, y'all? This your boy Raw coming at you raw. I got a new episode of Gaming Talk for you dudes. I got Fresh on my right. I'm gonna introduce him in a second, but first, if you could leave a like on the video, drop that like a drop kick. I would appreciate that, as well as if you could subscribe for more gaming talk, as well as gaming news from console to PC, maybe even tablets and phones. Now, to my right, since the beginning, champion of his side of YouTube, Fresh PrinceThaGamer.
What is going on, everybody? PrinceThaGamer, aka Mr. Fence, aka Mr. Straight to the Topic. What's going on, everybody? 5 days left until Uncharted. I don't count Tuesday because I'm getting it Monday night, baby. So let's get it. Let's go. Let's talk gaming. What's this? 11S? What's this?
No, this is 11. This is Gaming Talk 11. As usual, with the Gaming Talk solid numbers, we're going to have a topic of the show, as well as that new subtopic I introduced of Gaming Talk in the past is, what do you want to play right now? Like, if any game from past, present, and future, that's going to be our last topic. But every other topic we're going to have in the description below, all neat and nicely, so you dudes can jump in and do your thing. Going through any time gates, find whatever you want. All the topics are going to be down there in the description. But now, Fresh, let's start. Gaming episode 11. Alright, we got 15 minutes on the clock for this new topic. Well, first topic, I should say, not new topic. Because it's actually an old topic, Fresh. What are we playing right now?
What are we playing?
What are we playing right now?
What are we playing?
Oh!
It's certainly not that Neo no more.
Neo? Oh, look, that's still popping, right? Is it over?
It's still popping, but it ends today.
Well, y'all heard that from your boy Fresh. Neo on PlayStation ends today. So get your footage, get your playthroughs, get it all done before the gun shoots off, whistle blows, referee calls it. So, Fresh, what are we playing today?
We are playing.
What are we playing?
Overwatch.
Open beta.
Man.
Oh, let me say this first.
That lovely looking of a Pixar movie.
Oh. Let me say this about Overwatch, Fresh. And I'm going to bust some news on you. If you didn't catch my live stream earlier today, I actually did an announcement. But let me say this. Take it. I like it, Fresh. Oh, I'm gonna have to pick up. Let me say this. I jumped back on here today. I was playing as the defensive class to get my, get warmed up, and I was healing dudes. I was putting shields on dudes, and that's my favorite class to play. To be honest with you, I like defending people. I like defending people.
Yeah.
Running gun and being the offensive guy is cool and all, but for me, I like playing defensively. I like helping people out. Now, let me say this. I was on the fence about Overwatch, and then I straight up said, nah, man, I ain't going to touch this. It's going to be one of them one-headed quitter games. And it comes out May 24th, right, Fresh?
Yeah.
So you got a couple weeks to save up some money to buy it. So there's no rush in buying it today. My whole thing is, when I was playing Overwatch, I was like, I want to play Battleborn. You know what I mean? I want to play Battleborn, and I want to enjoy Battleborn. And I was like, in my head, like, I'm going to go buy Battleborn, which is the announcement, Fresh, because I picked up Battleborn today. Oh!
Whoa.
I had to, because I didn't have to, I wanted to. Like, at the end of the day, as a gamer and as a YouTuber, I want to experience these different games, because I was comparing Battleborn to Halo Wars. Write in the comment section, drop a like on the video if you like Halo Wars. If you don't, still like the video. Anyway, Halo Wars was an RTS game that multiplayer matches were long and fierce, and if you won a multiplayer match, you felt like you just conquered a nation. Like you feel like you outsmart the enemy with your brain. See, winning a fight with your brain over your your trigger skills, in my
Yeah.
opinion, feels feels so much more rewarding as a gamer because our brains, right, is a muscle, but it's a muscle that usually in gaming we tend not to uh, pleasure. We tend to just pleasure the other, like inside the brain, those moments of adrenaline. I can't say it. How you say it, fresh?
Yeah.
Adrenaline. Um,
Adrenaline. Yeah.
and when you were playing Destiny or CoD, or even Overwatch for that matter, when you pull off a sweet kill, a triple kill, all that cool stuff, Halo style, you're like hyped and you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it when Fresh jumps in a room as a Titan on Destiny and he yells like he is that character.
I know. I'm like,
That's
ah.
yeah, like you some kind of Super Saiyan. But yeah, you know what I mean. Those
It
are
gives me
pleasure.
that power, man. Make me feel
Yes,
like that, and
yes.
Destiny do a great job at that too. These
Hmm.
games do a good job at, making you feel like that.
Yes. And my whole thing was RTS games and real time strategy is what RTS means in MOBAs. They make you feel a certain way where you like if you were per se go in school and ace a test. Now it'll be messed up if you go to your friend that failed the test or got a lower score than you and wave you know your grade over his head like haha I'm smarter than you. That's actually pretty mean. Now if you were
That's a
in
little sad.
competition, if both of you guys are in competition and in like a spelling bee, you know what I mean? Like you study for that spelling bee, you put that time in before the spelling bee, and then you go in and you beat the opponents. I bet you that feels like you just accomplished something in life. See, at the end of the day, these
Hmm.
video games, at the end of the day, are grown men toys. I'm not saying they're not grown women toys either. So females who like playing games, drop a like on the video. Also subscribe for more gaming news. And oh, I forgot. I almost forgot. Subscribe to my boy Fresh. When I announced him in the annotation pops up. All that stuff is in the description. Subscribe to my boy Fresh. He got an
All that
unboxing
good
of Uncharted
jazz.
next week. Don't miss that.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
anyway, uh, Fresh, you take the stance because you love yourself some Overwatch, and um, in a way, you're not, in my opinion, a lover of RTS and MOBA type games. You play them, you enjoy them, but you're not a lover of them. Like, tell the people why, in a way, this Overwatch versus Battleborn, why you choose Overwatch over Battleborn. Because I kind of said my 2 cents. I want to hear yours.
I'm not gonna lie, like Battleborn, like I said, it's a fun game, just like Overwatch
Mhm.
is a fun game.
Mhm.
Um, I'm more of a person that likes a little bit more of a fast pace,
Mm.
even though like Battleborn, look, it's more of a slower pace on Battleborn. I like Overwatch just because of the fact that I just like the whole theme of it.
Mm.
Like everything fits together well with the fast pace, with the animations, everything just fits so well
Yes.
with a Overwatch. And when I look at Battleborn, like no disrespect to the developers, and they did a great job on that game.
Mm.
It feels like it feels like a watered down Overwatch on
Mm.
Battleborn. For some reason, I don't know why. I know it's a whole different game in
Yes.
Overwatch, but let's be honest. Like everybody comparing these two games because they're coming around the same time.
Mm.
With Battleborn did come out today. Um, I see a lot of people on my friends list actually playing Battleborn now today.
Mm.
Uh, Overwatch, it's just something about this game that as soon as I seen it, like I knew I was gonna like it. Like I knew I
Yes.
was gonna like the smoothness. It's running at 60 frames, 1080p. Like,
That's another thing.
and
The 60
that's
frames
another thing too.
is so good in
Yeah,
this game, Overwatch. Like,
everything just fits so smooth. The
hmm
character animations, everything just so smooth, man.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I agree with Fresh
And
tenfold on the fact that
yeah,
Overwatch is so
battle,
smooth.
but Battleborn, I'm not gonna lie, for an RTS game, it does a great job. It really does. It really does a great job. It makes you when you actually kill people, defeat your opponents. It makes you feel like you done
You
something,
worked
like
for
you
that.
accomplished something,
Exactly.
like
Like
you worked
you,
for it. Like when I was
yeah.
playing Battleborn, the beta, like
Hmm.
I was killing characters left and right, but then I wanted to go after that spider tank. Like there's ways that you can play Battleborn. There's more ways to play Battleborn more than Overwatch. Like
Hmm.
ways, different way. Even though there's different characters, they both have different characters. But for some reason, Battleborn is probably more strategic than Overwatch, just because of the fact that, I mean,
The
you do
time to
have these
kill
healing
is
characters.
high.
You do have your defense, offense, and stuff like that. Yeah, like it's like you got a person that's like, oh, I'm just gonna kill all the NPCs. You got different rules in that game. As
Hmm.
far as like Overwatch, you could play as a healer or somebody just running gun, stuff like that. I just feel like the NPCs are an extra thing that they threw in there with Battleborn and make it more of a intense fight. Because those NPCs do be killing me in Battleborn. They're not weak at
Yeah.
all. So you
No.
got to take them out too, as well as
Yes,
the
sir.
players online and the spider tank. So I would say um, there's more things that's happening on the screen in Battleborn more than Overwatch. But for a person that's a fast paced, like if you like fast paced stuff, I would say Overwatch over Battleborn. But if you like
Yeah.
that strategic, taking your time, and you can still wreck in Battleborn, but if you want to take your time and be strategic, make this move or that move, Battleborn is the game for you. If you like both, hey, both games are incredible. They're good.
And let me say
But
this.
in my
I
opinion, I just like Overwatch better.
I think these games can coexist. Fresh. I think these two games can coexist
Yeah,
just because you playing Battleborn, you're playing it, you doing the strategies, and you switching out heroes. Like my whole thing with Overwatch in the beginning was I'm like, man, these characters cool and all, but I think I just hit my mic. Sorry if that made a big ring or something.
oh,
But anyway, like in Overwatch, I was like, man, I don't know none of these characters. Yeah, Tracer because she's like the poster girl of this game. But I was like, man, you know, like this game Overwatch, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I forgot the most important thing about any game, right? And this is most games actually. You have to play longer with it to really start appreciating it. Like a game like Battleborn, you got to play it extensively to start appreciating it. Same thing with
yeah.
Overwatch. And after I gave that time, Overwatch needed to really rub itself into me. I started liking it in a way I never did at first because like you could tell fresh. We was arguing about Battleborn versus Overwatch yesterday off mic, and at the end of the
Yeah.
day, Overwatch is is a better. I want to say a better shooter than than Battleborn. Overwatch is a better first person shooter than Battleborn, and Battleborn is a better. Um, I want to say uh, like team strategy uh, game.
Yeah,
Just
team-based strategy game.
team based
Yeah, they
strategy
do it
game.
better.
They do it better. But then I look back at Overwatch and you have defensive classes and stuff like that in there. So the team like which one is the better team based game? Like that's Nick and Nick. And you guys would have
Yeah,
to
I'm not
play it.
gonna
You
lie. That's
guys would
kind
have
of,
to
yeah,
because you. I was telling you, I played fresh. I played as this defensive. I played as the
the
Russian chick,
healers.
the Russian chick,
Hmm.
and son, I was putting shields on my dudes. I was shooting them with that laser cannon that she has, killing dudes at crazy ranges, and shooting her grenade launcher that's equipped on her gun. And before that, after that, actually, I played as your girlfriend Cynthia, whatever her name is,
Yeah,
and
Symmetra. Oh,
Symmetra, and she was popping, not not liking anyway.
oh.
Um, I played also as that robot monk looking dude. At the end of the day, like these characters in Overwatch that I'm naming, they do a good defensive job in Overwatch and in Battleborn. See, this is the thing, Fresh. In Overwatch, all these characters are unlocked out the get go. In Battleborn, you have to like earn these um, earn these characters. So once you unlock all the characters in Battleborn, then I think you'll have a better a better stance on who does teams better. As far as character models, real quickly with 43 seconds on the clock, fresh. As far as characters go, like out of Battleborn and Overwatch, who has the most memorable? Like, you think of this, like if you were to see these dudes on the street, who would you remember more of? Characters from
I
Overwatch or
would say,
Battleborn?
I'm not gonna lie, Battleborn does a great job with remembering them characters because I still remember them, and that beta was like 2 months ago,
Mm,
and but I'm sorry, not because my favorite. I'm not trying to be favoritism, nothing like
yeah.
that, but I would say Overwatch have the better characters because of the
Mm,
fact that they make them feel more alive. The animations make them feel more alive. Like they talk and everything like that, always talking. Every
yeah.
time you kill, they say behind you and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and somebody really be behind me. Like they communicate, and it makes them more alive. And I remember like Tracer, I'll always remember her.
Wow. Why? Because
She stands out.
her poses.
Not the booty, not the booty.
That's a little bit
Oh,
sad. Now look, guys.
yeah, that's
I want
sad.
you to write in the comment section. And Overwatch beta is up on the weekend this weekend. What's the date time, Fresh?
For what?
Like,
Overwatch? Oh, from today, May 5th to May 9th. Yeah,
yeah,
they don't want to keep that beta while they
2016.
Uncharted up. Ooh.
Yeah, you know you're right. So yeah, write in the comment section. Do you like Battleborn or Overwatch? We would love to hear your comments. But let's move on to our next subject. We are back at it with the next subject, and 14 minutes on the clock. We're going to do the next subject, which is this COD, this Call of Duty, Infinite Warfare could be Game of the Year. Um, After watching this YouTube
Oh,
video that I sent Fresh and myself, I saw the developers, and I'm gonna have the link in the description if you guys want to see it, or in the annotation. It might appear right now. But this video, check it out, because the developers is basically telling you what Infinite Warfare is going to bring to the table, and it sounds like they're taking a page out of Sean Murray's playbook. Fresh, I want you to tell the people what I mean about that.
well, basically, basically what these developers are saying, you get to
Hmm.
go in and out of space.
In and out of space
Um, in
without
and out of
loading
space.
screens.
Infinite Warfare without loading screens. They even said that. They
Yes,
said that.
they
Remember
said
when
that.
we was talking about if Sean Murray was lying?
Yeah.
We had a conversation about that the other day,
What
saying
if
that, oh,
in
what if
No
like
Man's
No Man's
Sky
Sky
you go into a
has
planet and
loading?
it starts loading?
Yeah, like
Oh, and you like, hold up, I didn't want to go to this planet, and you back out trying to go like do a U-turn, and you got to load back into space. Oh,
you gotta
that
load
wouldn't kill
back.
it, to be honest with you, but that would kill it because a lot of people were
That would make
releasing.
him a liar.
That make him a liar. Exactly.
Yeah. And that man is already famous because of that game, so I don't think he would
Mhm.
want to mess up his reputation.
Yeah, that's like when Bungie.
That would absolutely destroy his reputation.
That was like when Bungie said, "Hey, you see that mountain over there? You can go all the way out there, and you can't
Go way out
do
there,
that.
yeah.
You can't do that." So these developers better not be lying about their games anymore, because their reputation's on the line. No lie. So going back to Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, the game is coming out when, Fresh? Did they announce the date?
Yep, November 4th
November
of
4th
this year.
of this year.
This year.
So
Yep.
guys, actually, I'm talking to you, Fresh. Fresh, do you believe this bull crap?
Uh, I mean, it's Call of Duty. Yeah, I believe it.
Oh, what, they got all
They
the money?
always
They should
trying
be
new
doing it
things,
like
man.
this.
Look, for a Call of Duty game, like a fast-paced game, this is a huge step. Like this is like why? It's kind of like why?
Let me say
Why?
this, Fresh. Let me say this. This topic was actually going to be called "Open World Games Are Better Than Linear Games," and why I was going to say that topic, and like, this is why I was going to say that topic. At the end of the day, Fresh, I'm not saying linear games like Uncharted or The Last of Us are linear games like
Hmm.
whatever are bad. I'm saying if you got a game like Call of Duty, Battlefield, or any Halo, you gotta have the story sustain itself. Like if
Yeah.
I had you gotta let the campaign, the single player sustain itself because people joke about Call of Duty. No one play that campaign. Battlefield 2. No one play that campaign. Of course, people play it, but the majority play the multiplayer. Son, if they have a campaign that's shaped, see, let me say this. Say what you want about Destiny, everybody, but Destiny is doing it. They have a campaign that is meaningful to the character, not because it's well directed and organized. It's because your character in both PvP, which is player versus environment, and PvP are the same characters. And I'm not saying
Yeah.
Call of Duty needs to do it like that, but how much more if they made the campaign meaningful. I'm gonna say what I mean about meaningful and fresh. You tell the folks at home what, in your opinion, what makes a campaign meaningful? Something that you don't just play and move on to multiplayer. So, in my opinion,
Okay.
like games like I'm gonna just spitball some games that don't have multiplayer. Witcher 3, games like State of Decay, like these games, all right, they have replayability. That's what makes a game meaningful to me. If you go in there and you have an objective to do and you complete the objective and you move on, that's a missed opportunity. If you like the same scenario, you go into a game, you have objectives to complete, but you don't have to do those objectives, and those objectives affect your story, affect your character, and the people around you are affected by your decisions. That makes a game meaningful to me. That is what I'm trying to see from this Call of Duty Infinite Warfare fresh. Like he was talking about in the video, and like I said, I'm gonna leave the video in the description. He was talking about it in the video that you're gonna care about your teammates. I'm thinking some Mass Effect type stuff is gonna happen in Infinite Warfare. You're gonna have to decide if you got to sacrifice a part of a battleship to save another part of a battleship, or something like you on the ground and Earth is about to get torpedoed, and you gotta block the hit with maybe your own ship and maybe kill a few soldiers in the process or some engineers in the like some son.
Yeah.
If they can nail like Mass Effect 1, I'm not gonna say no spoilers, but you have a person that you recruit that in the future, later in the game, you can either let die or let live. But the trick is, you know, you have two people that you recruited, and one of them is gonna die. You got to pick which one. And I'm telling you, fresh. It's not a spoiler, but when I got to that point in Mass Effect 1, son, I literally stood at there, I think for like 30, 40 minutes, trying to decide who to kill, who to let die. Because remember, these games, Mass Effect, part two carries on the story and decisions you did in part one. So that character dies, he's
Yeah.
no more in two, no more in three. And if vice versa, if that character lives, he carries on with two and three, all fully dialogued, like nothing happened. So like
Uh
a
huh.
lot of thought was put into Mass Effect, man. That's why I think that's one of my favorite games of all time. But going back to Infinite Warfare, if they could nail something like that, because let me say this: Call of Duty always has been this one trip pony in a way, like the campaigns. You play them, you enjoy them, you move on. I would love to see Infinite Warfare be a series, like Infinite Warfare 2, Infinite Warfare 1, where your decisions move throughout the series. And they can do this, Fresh. They can cotton pick and do this because they got the money and resources. Call of Duty is the best selling franchise ever. Now, Fresh, I'm sorry I went on a rant in a way. What would make a campaign meaningful for you?
I mean, what a campaign. Let me say this, man. First of all, it's the characters. I
Mm,
think the characters is very important when it comes to a story. Look, games with a lot of objectives.
mm,
I don't think like that's not meaningful to me. Like
mm.
just because like you don't just because it's you could like replay missions and stuff like that. If it's
Yeah.
replayability doesn't matter to me to make a game meaningful. Like
Mm,
it's some reason it feels like those stories that you play for a couple hours and move on seem like the best ones because it's not blocking. It's not like side objectives is not blocking the main thing. Like
Yeah.
Last of Us, for instance, you played through that whole story. I mean, you might you like, dang, that was like one of the best story games I ever played in my life. But you put it down, and some people think it has replayability. Me, I don't think it has replayability. I just think that um games like Mad Max, that has replayability, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that story, it may be good, but it may be a little weak. Like
Oh.
it's not stronger than the ones that only have story. You
Mm,
know, with no multiplayer, no side objectives, and nothing.
yeah.
I think those are the most meaningful ones to me. Is because if your story focused like The Order, that was a story focused game, and it was incredible. I really liked The Order story. It was amazing. It had no multiplayer, no
Hmm.
side objectives, and nothing like that. It was just straight story. You just this linear path. You're going, like just going through the story. That is meaningful to me.
Mm,
Just have that story. That's it. And the characters, the personalities, and how close you are with other, NPCs in the game that you go along your journey with inside the game. Like The Witcher
mm,
3. I think The Witcher 3 story, so far, I'm still playing it. It's pretty good, but I think some of these games are too large to actually remember what you've seen in the past, like as far as your story. You can be like you might remember, but you won't actually be grateful. Like, oh man, I remember this happened in the game, because there's always going to be something else happening with
mm.
side quests and then all these other quests. So you won't actually have that full impact. Like, dang, I understand. Like the path that happened before, or some people just won't remember.
Let me
You
say
won't
this
remember
first.
what happened in that story because it's too long.
You're right. Open world games have a problem with holding your attention as far as story goes and narrative goes because there's so much going on in the
Exactly.
game. But let me say
Yeah.
this, Fresh. Open world versus linear is what we're on the border with Uncharted coming out next week, with Call of Duty now talking about their game is uh, basically
Yeah.
open world in a way. First Call of Duty
Yeah.
game to do something like that. And they said you could do that anytime. Uh,
I
like
don't know,
I don't
man.
know. See, we gotta see more of it. Like if it's just like after you've done the mission, like if you playing the mission and you can't jump in your jackal, they call it, and shoot down enemies. You know what I mean? Then the freedom is limited
Yeah.
to only certain parts of the game. Like like this is how Black Ops 3 did it. You did your mission, you went back to base. You can walk around your base like a house and see your trophies, change your
Yeah.
outfits. You can do that on Black Ops 3. Um, in a way, that was them trying to be a little bit more open than what they usually do. Who they really what Call of Duty is normally. So with
Yeah,
this new
but
Call of Duty, they saying after missions you could fly in space and go to your base, go pick a mission within your base all without a loading screen. I'm like, I don't know what this game is going to try to be. Like, what if you don't
yeah,
want to go to
but
base? What if you just want to keep flying in space and see if you can fight some pirates? I don't know. I don't know what this
yeah, but
game
what
is
if it
trying
was
to
like
be.
the division? What if it was like the division where like all right, if Infinite Warfare, you can go out in the city and walk around and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
but you need to go back to base. Like it's like division. What if you had to go to your base operations just to do a mission? Like it would be like that for Call of Duty. Like
See,
you
that's
can
the
walk
problem.
outside
That'll
and
be a
walk
problem.
around.
See,
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
if you don't have like instances like in Spider-Man we talked about last Gaming Talk, where just random stuff happens and you like, oh wow, look at that. If they don't have any random encounters happening in this Infinite Warfare, then I ain't gonna believe them in what they're trying to do. Because if they're trying to really create this open world as Call of Duty, you got to have those instances like you flying around and you get a notification pop up on your radio like right now this planet is getting attacked for their resources and you can out of well I ain't saying they should do this fresh like you can fly to that planet. It takes hours to get there. You'll probably fly out of atmosphere, and they'll say, "Do you want to go to this planet, or this planet, our area?" And you got an explanation point by the planet where the mission is, and you say that planet, obviously, and then they'll show you zooming out
Yeah,
and showing you in slip space, and then coming out of slip space, like in Destiny, how you come out of slip space, and then you go to that planet, and not even a loading screen going to the planet Now you're in the space where you could fly freely and go to the planet's location where the mission needs to happen. And of course, they'll
Oh man.
probably like they can add fast travel, and no one wants to do all that flying. But how incredible would
But
that
here's the
be if you can do that? Like you could tell your base, because they say in the YouTube video, the developers they said your base will follow you. I not
nah
follow you,
look
but
man.
your base will be there that you can fly to.
Here's the problem with this. That subtitle, Infinite Warfare. Listen, they can't make Infinite Warfare 2, first of all, because Infinite means forever. That means forever, and putting space out there, space is infinite,
Dude, they'll
basically
put
to
it too
us.
just for people to understand it.
I know, but that
It's
means
Call of Duty
forever. It just doesn't make
mainstream.
any sense. I
Look.
understand
Oh,
that, but
the
Infinite
time is
Warfare
ringing.
2, that's like saying Ghost 2. Look, I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
This is another thing that I'm concerned about. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we compare this to No Man's Sky. You can fly out in space. I want to know this. How far can you go out? That's what I want to know. How far can you go out? Will it be like generated like Mad Max? We can keep going straight because I need to know how this gonna work when you fly up in space because there's no borderline in space.
Mm.
So it wouldn't make sense if I can go out in space but I can't go far. What they
Mm.
gonna do? Fling me back?
Now look, I don't have a problem with the slingshot. You know, if it slingshot you back, and he like how Spider-Man when you starts to swing out of New York, he's like, I can't go there. That's not where I need to be.
Yeah,
But I would appreciate it if it did do a No Man's Sky or what's that game? No, Mad Max, procedural
Mad
generated
Max.
space. Because well, how hard would that be?
Yeah,
Just have the space free, just you fly in a ship. Ain't nothing gonna be out there, but maybe some loot, maybe something to um add to your monies. You know what I mean? Like that's how Mad
yeah,
Max does it. Like nothing, no enemies are out there. It's just loot. You know. But at the end of the day, Fresh,
yeah,
at the end of the day, I think that Infinite Warfare has to show us a little bit more and explain a little bit more because that's a big thing, Fresh. Being able to fly in and out of atmosphere through land and space, that's big. They said it like it was nothing. You know, they said it like, yeah, we're doing this in the next Call of Duty game. And I'm like, what? Like I said, this YouTube video, I'm
yeah.
gonna
No
have a
other
link
game
and you can
doing
go look
this.
at it. No other game but No
You
Man's
can't have
Sky.
that on PS3.
And look, they said Star Fox did it back on the old Nintendo consoles. Like Star Fox was able to go in and out of atmosphere,
All
and
right. Well, that was only based around that. Right?
in next gen, at the end of the day, in next gen, this is the first of its kind because No Man's Sky is not a shooter. Call of Duty is a military shooter, and let me say this: them being a military shooter could hurt them, or really save the day. Because a lot of people's been begging them to stop with all this jumping around and stuff. My whole thing with the jumping around and stuff is I rather the advanced warfare mechanics, but people didn't like it because it was too fast, I guess. But at the end of the day, I would love to hear your comments on the matter, viewers. Do you believe what these developers are saying that in Call of Duty you'll be able to go in and out of space through your without loading screens, like how No Man's Sky is doing? Do you think No Man's Sky is in trouble? And like I said, I think everything's going to be okay with No Man's Sky is doing something that Call of Duty is not talking about. Simulating a galaxy. But anyway, that's just me. I would love to hear your opinions. But we got to move on to the next subject, Fresh.
Please.
We got to move on to we're gonna move on to the next subject. And
Yes,
before
sir.
we go, like and subscribe to my boy Fresh channel and his videos as well as here for more gaming news from console to PC and maybe even tablets and phones. Now let's move on
Huh.
to the next topic.
Please.
All right, Fresh, you know what time it is?
And let me check my watch. I think it's topic of the show.
It is topic of the show. Gaming Talk, episode 11. Topic of the show is Uncharted 4. Let's talk Uncharted, baby. I recently just completed Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 via the Nathan Drake collection, exclusively to the PS4 console. let me say this. Those games were amazing. Now, we're going to do some spoilering of the 1, 2, and 3 Uncharted for, let's say the next 5 minutes. Let's say that, the next 5 minutes. We're going to do some spoilering of the 1 through 3 story mode. So for the next 5 minutes, if you don't want to hear the spoilers, just skip ahead. But Fresh, let me say this. Nathan Drake's name isn't Nathan Drake. His mother committed suicide. His dad gave him off to the state and left. And Sully, that dude's a male cougar. Anyway, at the end of the day, I say that because he tried to get with Chloe at the end of 2, and he probably trying to fool around with some young cat, some young kitty cat. At the end of the day, Fresh, the story was amazing. We learned so much. I learned so much secret stuff that my playthrough in the past, like when I got into Uncharted through a playthrough on YouTube, back in the day when it was new and fresh. Like seriously, you know what I mean? Like those playthroughs is like I don't remember those secrets. It didn't click for me. Now being a fully fledged Uncharted fan, after playing 1, 2, and 3, I can talk about it. And let me say this, Fresh. Uncharted 4 better answer all those questions next week on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
They better answer all those questions. I'll slap one of them if they don't answer all those questions. I'll have to tweet out at Neil Druckmann a big old hand with a like
hold on. What questions do you want them to answer?
I want them to answer, why did his mother suicide herself? Why did his father not try to find Nathan Drake? Or he probably was trying to after he shipped him off to the state and left. Because look, if you're a father and he probably hit and ran, he was probably one of those mindsets. And he probably was like, oh man, I don't know how to raise a kid. And he probably, son, it'll be crazy. It'll be over if Sully finds out that he's the father and he's been chasing Nathan the whole time. Like during a cutscene on Uncharted 4, Sully's like, I had a kid once, but I shipped him to the state. And then Nathan's like, you did what? And he's like, yeah. How epic would that be, Fresh? If we find out Sully is Nathan Drake's real father.
He'll shoot him? Because he gave him away.
He said, so all this time, you were my real dad. And Sully was like, I didn't know.
You can't say he didn't spend time with him.
Yep. Boy, let me say this about Sully. That dude's an OG. That
man riding, dude.
That boy ride and die. And that dude flipped him in the head after Nathan thought he was dead on that scene when he drank that water.
Yeah, he always did. Sully always did, man. That's so good.
Sully dies, I think, in every game. Because the second one, it feels like he was dead because he barely was there. But yeah, son, I think the second one was really like a movie with Sully. Because you know how in the beginning he was like, "Oh man, I can't be here. I'm too old for this." And I think part 3 was him saying, "Hey man, I wasn't in 2, so I'm gonna make up for it."
Oh yeah, exactly. That's how I felt.
That's how I felt. And let me say this about
exactly like that.
Let me say this about Chloe and Elena. What, he was kind of pimping on 2?
Yeah, he was. Oh.
At the end of the day, he got with Elena back, and Sully. Wow, I can't believe I called you Sully. But and Fresh, the I guess you could say the implied storyline with Elena and Drake was they got married, but they separated because Nathan, I guess, got scared of commitment. They really didn't say, but at the end of the day, they got back together. They didn't kiss. That was the sorry part. On 3, they should have kissed because come on, that was a sorry ending on 3. That was a pretty weak ending.
Why?
It was good, but it was a good game overall. But they could have ended it with "I'm sorry," and then she just like embraces him lip to lip.
How
And
beautiful that would have been. Like they
how
kissing in
beautiful
the
would that have
sunset
been?
and all that. Oh
Yeah.
man.
And I think
And then
Amy
fade to
Hennig,
black.
let me say this. It ended letting us know that Uncharted was coming. And that's a good segue. If you still here after that 5 minutes, that's a good segue to get into Uncharted 4. Now, Uncharted 4 comes out next week. We're ready for it. We're ready for it, Fresh. We just beat Uncharted 3, like literally. We just beat it.
Yeah.
So, Fresh, if you didn't know, he been beat it years ago. So don't clap for him. Clap for me for first time beating Uncharted, okay? Clap for me.
No.
So, anyway, um, you know, at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
Look.
Uncharted, what?
No, hold up. I want to ask you this because you was refusing to buy the Nathan Drake collection. So I wanted to tell you. I want to ask you this. Now that you played all three games, look. I was bothering you about it. You was like, I don't know, man. Now that you all played all three games, do you regret it?
Nope. Let me say this.
Oh!
Uncharted 3 ended like they needed a 4. Like Uncharted couldn't end at 3. If Uncharted ended at 3, that would have been a little bit sad. And I'm streaming this right now, and I'm reading my boy Johnny Hunt in the comment section. He's saying stop spoiling. Look, I said already we're gonna spoil for 5 minutes. If you just joined the stream, I'm sorry. Anyway, going back to what we were saying. This is not spoilers. These are purely speculation about Uncharted 4. Um, we needed Uncharted 4 fresh. The way Uncharted 3 ended, like seriously, um,
Yeah.
we needed Uncharted 4, and hopefully Uncharted 4 gives us the closure. And and I hope at the end of the day, fresh. I just hope
I can't worry
that
about closure.
I want closure, man, because at the end of the day, 3 was unsatisfying. Seriously, man. Like, he didn't even kiss her. They just hugged. Let me say this.
Nah,
You know what
man.
would have been funny? If they would have
What?
kissed and, like, a dude from that nation came out and said, hey, we found upon that here. And then Nathan's like, oh, yeah? You just mad because you can't get some or something. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Something funny or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or something like, or like Sally, like, oh, something happening. Like, we got to get going, and then fade to black. Something.
No,
Oh,
no. Like, he kissed, and then, like, that's frowned upon here. And then Elena and Jake, Nathan Drake just start laughing, and then they hold hands all the way out.
dude,
And
that's why they had to get rid of her, man. Amy Hennig, because she always want a happy ending story. Like that's not how things go, man. That's fake. I'm sorry. It
that's not
happens
even a happy
sometime.
ending, man. That's like a little misending. Like,
No,
come
I'm
on,
saying like
man.
Uncharted 2 and 3 almost ended up the same way.
It tried to end the same way. You know, you're right. Uncharted,
I'm just saying.
Uncharted, I want to say Uncharted. Dang it, what I'm trying to say here? Yeah, Uncharted. Blah, 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 I can't talk. Uncharted. 3 and 2. Yes, ended in the same way. In my opinion, I think that they should have ended it a little differently. But in a way, it's kind of beneficial for Uncharted 4. Now Uncharted 4 has the leg up to end spectacularly, since its last game's
Well,
ending wasn't all that.
well, I want to know how long, like how many years take place after the third game. That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah, you think it's gonna
Cause
take?
that made
Yeah,
me
cause yeah. Go ahead.
that made me believe that he got a little daughter or something, man.
Let me say this,
Because
dog. You think they
uh,
do? You think they have a baby by now?
I think they do. I
And
mean,
they
uh, I
and
haven't
her
seen
name
anything yet.
and her name is a daughter? No, it's gotta be a guy, because if they're making an Uncharted 5, they probably want to go with a male protagonist. Because if you go with a girl protagonist, you're basically making
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, basically. So it'll be
I
his
don't know,
son, and his
man.
son would name be Joel, and then the Uncharted will mix with Last of Us, and then at the end of Uncharted,
Oh,
for a sneak preview of Uncharted, you get to play the first level of The Last of Us 2, and it'll be epic.
what if they had like a gameplay like set piece where you could play as Sir Francis Drake, the one that
Mm,
died years ago, but you could play as that pirate, them pirates back then. Like what if
that'd be
like and then
you
show
you
you.
That basically
Yeah.
you be playing Uncharted 1 because he died in
Nah,
that
that basically
area.
you playing Assassin's Creed.
No, he died in that area. He dies. You know where Sir Francis dies at in
I
part one.
know, but I'm saying like how he died. Like I'm just saying,
You
like
don't
they
want to see
show
that
you.
because then you go. That's like they missed that opportunity in one. Fresh. I'm just saying. Now, if they
They
wanted to
did.
flashback, playing as Sir Francis,
Yeah, flashback. They do that when
yeah,
you playing as a young Drake.
yeah, exactly.
Spoiler, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it is a spoiler. You should have added
Well,
that in.
look, you shouldn't be in here. I'm sorry. Like
No,
if you don't
no,
want
no.
no.
I said the first 5 minutes was spoiler, and you over there just
Yeah, I
flying
know, I
out.
know, I know. So Uncharted 4, uh, closure is important in this game. He needs to die. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
no, no,
sorry, Nathan
no,
Drake.
no,
I love you, man, but you gotta go. The
no.
story has to end like that.
Chloe needs to die because
Nah, it ain't gonna matter if she
let me say
die.
this about Chloe. Man, she let Nathan Drake smash. Like, I don't understand why people don't think these emotional bonds are not like, dude. If you did that to a girl and you in life and death situations with her, you telling me you ain't gonna be feeling the type of way? I know you married, but you that's why it's dangerous to stick around with someone like that you actually became one with. So of course this is like a movie, this is a video game, but
Yeah.
on a realistic front, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like if Chloe dies, I think that will make sense. Then we as the fans can let her go because
well,
how
I understand that though. Why would she die? Like it
because
wouldn't be.
in two,
It
tell me
wouldn't hit
in three
us. It
actually.
wouldn't hit me.
No, listen, in three, tell me when I don't know if well, I'm talking from a guy who never played it, but to a guy who played it a lot. But anyway, you know the dude, bald head guy, London English accent guy, the
Oh,
guy that
him.
you
Yeah.
on three, like
Yeah.
when Chloe and him was shown in the same room on three. Like at first I was like, dude, are they dating? You know what I mean? I kind of got a little bit jealous because in a way I'm like, nah, Chloe can't be. In a way I'm like this with Chloe. You can't date, you can't get married, you can't do nothing. You gotta stay single forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's how I was. Yeah, that's how I was. But if she dead, then that's not gonna matter to
That's gonna
me
let her go,
because
man. That's gonna be good.
yeah, all
Eh,
right, she let her go. But they said this game is supposed to be emotional. Like
That
her
is
dying is not
emotional,
going. Yeah, but
dude.
her dying is she just. I'm sorry, but she's a whore. Why if she
That's a
die?
little bit
Why would
sad.
I? I'm sorry, man. She dating people. She messing around, man. I don't
That's a
care if she died.
dude. What you mean
I would
messing
care. Like, all
around?
right, damn. Like,
She
damn,
only
Chloe
messed.
died, but
Let me say this. She only
it
messed
wouldn't
with
hit you
Nathan
though as
Drake.
hard as Sully died or Elena died, cause that's his piece, man. That's his girl, ride or die. Y'all was on a jet ski together, shooting people. Come on, man.
That's a
You
little
know
bit
Chloe don't
sad.
have no times like that. Yo,
That's a little bit sad, Fresh. How you gonna
I'm just
call her
saying,
that?
man.
Let me say
Man,
this.
look,
At the end of the day,
she ain't
if
faithful. She was messing with that dude. Man, come on, man. They set you up in that music. Spoiler, sorry.
this is a
They
little
set
bit
you up.
sad. How you gonna say spoilers and then say it after? Spoiler alert.
They set
After
you
I
up,
say the
man. That's all
spoiler.
I'm saying.
Look, all I'm saying is, if Chloe dies, that'd be cool because she could be a sacrifice in a way. She'd be like Nathan, something cool, and Nathan lose her, and then maybe I ain't gonna say that, but you know that dude gonna come back. That one English guy, he's gonna probably be like, my leg's not broken no more, mate. You know.
Oh, oh, snap.
You know he gonna be in that
Oh
game.
man.
Yeah,
Look,
yes, he gotta be though. Cause
dude,
they,
there was a time
yeah,
in
go ahead.
Uncharted 3 where Sully said, he said, it's a shame you gonna get us all killed. He said, you
Mm.
always doing this. Then Nathan Drake was just sitting there like, just didn't know what to say. So what if they
Yeah.
all die in the fourth one? Like Toy Story, it'd be like a Toy Story 3 scene, like they about to die, everybody dying, they holding hands, and they
Nah,
just fade
man.
to black.
I think only one of the cast members should die in the game, and that would be Chloe, because
I,
like it'll have a death in the family. Because in a way, Chloe, Nathan Drake, Sully, Elena, and now that British accent guy are family. Like that's the family. Because you can't tell me those scenes when we remember that time when those dudes went into that garage with the green door, and you was walking to the garage, all four of you walking like that with no HUD. It was like a movie, man. Like four,
Yeah, but nah,
man,
man,
that's
they
a
ain't
movie,
family,
man.
dude. Look at Sam Drake, his brother. That ain't family.
Oh, now he part of the family. And let me say this about him.
Yeah,
Let me say this about him, son. Where the heck he came from? Like,
that's why I gotta
oh,
send you that trailer, man. Like, look, man, he explained it though. Nathan Drake. Why? Hold on. Why he didn't say that he had a brother though?
that's what I'm
You know, in three
saying.
games.
On 3 games, he
What? They
ain't say
just
no one.
he just appeared. Oh,
Yeah. Like, let me say this. I hope they don't get lazy and just say, yeah, he was there all the time. And every time Nathan talked about his brother, the camera wasn't on him. You know? Like, they better not do nothing like that because, like, after playing 1, 2, and 3, not a lick of family. Like, what if they say something like this? Oh, here it is. They open up Uncharted 4. You know how. Hold up, I just, yeah, it's still good. We got about 5 minutes left. You know how on the trailer they showed his brother as a kid, Nathan and them as a kid. What if they
yeah.
showed, because we all know where Sully picks up Nathan, and that's in that one area,
I know, but
that one area. But before that, right? Like they gonna show his dad giving them to the state. They can explain all in the beginning. Because, son, who would have known The Last of Us would have started off, spoiler alert, for the next minute, The Last of Us would have started off with playing as the daughter. No one knew that, you know? So what if you start off
yeah.
Uncharted 4 playing as young Nathan in the back seat with your brother, they driving, your mother in the front in the passenger seat,
No,
your
hold up.
dad in
That
the.
don't make no sense though.
No, they'll
This don't
show
make
you
sense
why
because
she
no,
suicided
look,
herself. They'll
no, look.
explain everything right in the first like hour of the
I
game.
understand that, but it don't make sense that he's not in at least one game that's out right now. Like
Look,
Sam
look,
Drake,
look,
he should be in at
look.
least one of them. Like because from Uncharted 4, that was 15 years ago that he
Okay,
seen
what
his
if he's
brother.
not blood
And
brother?
look how old Nathan Drake is. How
Okay.
he should have seen his brother in 2.
Ooh, son, that is. What if he's not his blood brother? What if the brother is a guy he met
Oh yeah,
at the church? You know,
no,
because
what if the
he was
brother?
raised by nuns.
Yeah, what if the brother actually is still dead, but this one
Is fake.
faking? Oh.
Ooh, that's kind of creepy though. You know,
Yeah, because you got
that's a
this
little
guy. I'm
bit
like, wait a
creepy.
minute, because you're gonna be like, what if they had this scene where it's like so dramatic? You're like, well, if my brother's still dead,
But
then who
who's
are
he?
you?
No, not even
Yeah,
that. Nathan finds out his brother's true dead,
and then
and
Sam
he looks
disappeared.
no, he looks behind him, and Sam is in the doorway like, Nathan, what's up? You know, and it's just a black silhouette, and then
Or he turned around, he got a gun to his head. Oh,
no, like Nathan turns around and he's in the room, find out his brother's really dead, and Sam is in the doorway like all silhouette, like you can't see his face, you just see him, you just see Sam, and
the,
it's just silhouette, like, and
yeah,
you Sam's like, hey Nathan, what you doing in here? And Nathan's like, nothing, nothing, nothing. And then he walks out, and Sam finds out that Nathan finds out that Sam isn't who he say he is, and Sam starts to, you know, get ready for the betrayal. They're
they
still
still
playing.
playing that role.
Nathan
Yeah,
knows, it'll be like this. Nathan knows that Sam is his brother, but he doesn't know Sam knows that he knows he isn't. And Nate and Sam, the fake Sam will know Nathan is his brother. Is he'll know that Nathan knows that he's not his brother, but he'll also know that Nathan doesn't know that he knows that Nathan knows that he's his
yeah.
brother. And I'm sorry if I
And I'm gonna send
mixed
you the
that
link to
up.
the
And
description on why I think that.
just text me.
Ain't that no spoiler? Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, man, that'd be kind of creepy. And let me say this, Naughty Dog. Oh man, I'm so hyped for this game. I'm so ready. And I'm sorry we actually went past our 14 minutes on this topic, but it was worth it because Uncharted 4 is coming out next week. Me and Fresh gonna be playing it. Stay tuned to our channels for playthroughs as well as Fresh's unboxing. and just our
As well as a
initial
review. Oh,
impressions and review in the future. So yeah, that's all she wrote for that. Let's move on to our last topic, aka our subtopic. Okay, 14 minutes on the clock for our last topic, our subtopic actually. Fresh, our subtopic is that new topic I made a couple gaming talks ago. If you could play any game right now, what would it be?
we can play any game right now. What would it be?
Mm.
Well, I want an open universe GTA. That's what I want. Oh,
Open universe.
I want an open universe GTA. I want to play that. I want to play that game, Grand Theft Auto 10, where every planet is planet-sized planets.
Stop first. Let's stop right now.
Planet-sized planets.
That's a little bit too much.
All right. I'm gonna be a little bit real here. I'm just playing. All right.
You just want a sci-fi game from Rockstar. That's what you want. That's all you want. You want a sci-fi game from Rockstar.
Hey, basically, I want a futuristic GTA.
No,
I want that.
Look, I guess Red Dead is a Western GTA, right? In a way, right?
Yeah, because I don't see why not.
Yeah, basically. So, yeah, a sci-fi GTA set in a year where we mastered spaceflight and since aliens exist in Grand Theft Auto 5, probably have aliens.
Like, I want a game.
I want Star Trek. I want Rockstar to do a Star Trek game or not a Star Wars game.
Not even that.
Like a Star Trek type game.
I mean a detailed game, man. Like you can actually cook.
Fly.
You can actually cook. You can go to home. Man, I want to go home and like buy furniture. I want to go to Raymore Flanagan and buy a new bed.
What the heck is Raymore?
Like I want everything licensed. Like I want to go license everything. Real cars, like a Mercedes Benz, McDonald's you can go to,
what?
All that stuff like that.
I thought you wanted a sci-fi Grand Theft Auto.
I know, but I'm saying like if that was too unrealistic, just a real game.
You want Sims? You want Rockstar to do a Sims game? That'd be actually pretty interesting.
That's true.
What's that dude named Maxis? Not Max, the dude, but the developer of Sims. Maxis. Like if they said, "Hey Rockstar, here's our IP Sims. Can you make a game?" They'd probably be like, "Yep."
Yeah. Look, listen.
It's pretty Grand Theft Auto. That's it.
Listen, be more realistic. I want to play Last Guardian. It's been around for it's been
Boy, no.
For 10 years.
No.
I'm just saying, man. 10 years. Game. Look, 10 years.
You picked your game.
10 years.
Fresh. That's a little bit sad.
All right, sci-fi GTA.
Sci-fi GTA. My game, Fresh. Let me say this, man. My game would be a next-gen, like a truly next-gen State of Decay with multiplayer. Let me tell you why. The game already had superior survival thing going for it, like going to any house, looting refrigerators, sitting out people at your home base to go grab some food from local grocery stores, and being careful during all this because zombies were out in herds and all that stuff. How much fun would it have been if I had a real player, my brother or a friend, do this all with me? Still being able to send out AI to go get stuff, but also saying to my brother, "Hey, bro, hey, Fresh, can you go with Sam?" You know, like this AI character. "Hey, can you go out with Sam? Yeah. She's about to go ahead loot this house. Can you make sure she gets back safely?" And you're like, "Yeah, we're on the mic and all that." And how much more intimate would it be if it had proximity chat? So of course we're gonna make a party and always be on the mic, but it'll be like role playing the survival. Like I wouldn't be able to hear you unless you yelled. If you yelled, that the mic would pick up and I can hear you in the distance yelling and stuff like that. Or you could get on your radio and the proximity chat turns on where I'm talking to you via party chat.
I mean, that sounds incredible, but talking about intimacy, what if they had an app for it where like you at work, like look, when you turn your game off, look, let's say this. your character go to sleep, you go to bed every time you
Hmm.
turn your game off.
Yeah.
But something alert your phone while you at work.
Mm.
A predator,
Like,
somebody's coming. Like people are
and
coming.
this is what happens in State of Decay Fresh. Hordes, and it happens randomly. Hordes will walk past your house, and if they see any AIs, and mostly they just attack your house. And snipe you.
Yeah,
You
they
could
attack
have
your house.
snipers on like duty to snipe the zombies to keep them from coming in. So the game basically becomes a tower defense game once the
Yeah,
hordes
but it'd be cool if it
spot your
notify your
house.
phone if you're getting
Yeah,
attacked.
exactly.
Oh,
It'd be like your house is getting attacked right now, and you can basically play the game from wherever you are on your phone. Like I loved it in
yeah.
Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, something Fresh would know nothing about since he didn't give it a chance. What Sony
Black
got to
Flag's
make that a plus
trash.
game? Oh, if you
Yep.
make it, that's a shame.
Oh,
Sony should. Anyway, that would be an easy Assassin's Creed Gold. I mean, Assassin's Creed Black Flag is now free for Plus.
you
But
used the
anyway,
Xbox.
in that game, I know I'm thinking about Xbox Gold, but Gold games for Gold. Anyway, the notification was oh, what they did in Black Flag was they had an app and you were able to send ships out and grab loot, and when you log back on, you would get the money that those ships that you was playing off game would get. Same thing with Assassin's Creed Unity. If you download the app, you can send assassins out to go kill for you and bring money to you. And I thought that was just super cool. At the end of the day, I would like for State of Decay Next Gen to be a thing where now this is a thing fresh. It'll be a PC and Xbox exclusive since Microsoft owns the studio. So I guess our second wish for it to become multi-plat. But is out of that our we just swallow our dollar and spit it out at Microsoft because like seriously, man, I think I would buy an Xbox One for State of Decay. And I know I said last podcast I would not buy like Xbox One does not need games to sell it. I said it needs to be online games need to be taken from behind the paywall, which is Xbox Live Gold. But if State of Decay Next Gen came out, multiplayer is basically State of Decay 1 with multiplayer. I'm sorry.
that would
I
be
would
on
buy an
PS4.
Xbox
It
One
wouldn't
for
go
that.
to Xbox One.
Stop it, boy. It would go to Xbox One because Microsoft owns the studio. But like I said,
I know, but still though.
if you got, let me say this. I know they're working on it. I'm telling you, E3 could probably show it off. They could probably, like Undead Labs, that's the studio behind State of Decay. Undead Labs can show off their next game. And wow. I'm sorry, I'm kind of tired. But that'd be pretty epic in my opinion. Fresh, we said our games. Viewers, I would like to hear what games would you like if they were to happen, if they were to be developed as fake or real or something present, whatever. I would like to hear your thoughts. I would like to hear your opinion and all that good stuff. Now, Fresh, that was a good show. I think
Whoa,
we.
whoa, 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 whoa.
What? You want to talk about
I
something
gotta,
else?
I gotta ask the host something. Time for me to ask you a question.
Mm,
It's been on my mind for a long time.
my brother,
Now,
go.
ATF, ask the host.
Wouldn't it be ATH?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said ATF.
No, I said 88.
Ags. The flows. I don't know. Anyway, a little bit silent.
Yeah,
Oh! I said a little bit
that's a little
silent. You
sad.
said,
Oh,
you said, yeah. Like, yeah.
did I say
Anyway,
ATF? I might have did say ATF.
we don't know. Go ahead. Ask the host
Well,
what you
look,
want.
you are one of Bungie's biggest fans.
Uh
You know,
huh.
we all know this right now.
Mm.
And Destiny, Halo to Destiny. You know, they always been good at first-person shooters. You know,
Yeah.
developing them and stuff like that. But you see, with Guerrilla Games, let me say this: Guerrilla Games, they've been
Oh!
making shooters, first-person shooters as well.
Mm.
But you see how they're trying new things.
Mm.
Guerrilla is trying new things and making the third person. I don't know what the Horizon is. Action, survival, adventure. I don't know what you want to call that. RPG type of game. And I wanted to ask you this: how would you like it if Bungie switched it up a little bit. You know, even though they still making Destiny, but
Mm.
they making something else on the side, and it's a third person action adventure, just like Horizon a little bit. And they threw a little bit Destiny in it, a little bit with the loot and stuff like that, and you know, with the weapons and everything, kind of a little bit like Horizon, you bow and arrows and stuff like that. But it's a third person action game, survival. How would you
Mm.
like that if Bungie made a move like that?
Made a move to be a third, just a whole nother genre. It
Because they
doesn't have
never
to be
do
third
third person.
person, you mean? Or
Yeah,
like a whole nother genre, maybe even an RTS or something like that.
a whole
MOBA.
nother genre. Look, a
Yeah.
whole nother genre, but it's third person.
Okay. Um, you basically said no, it's third person. So anyway, if they made a third person game, my hope would be that at the end of the day, like they keep the gameplay we all love from Bungie intact. Now, yeah, it's kind of hard, right? Because the first person game feels differently than the third person game, and because like right now I'm thinking about Overwatch. You know what I mean? Like that game feels super different than a game like um, I guess say the Division because that's the latest person game I can think of. Oh well, I guess you could say Battlefield. I mean Battlefront because you can go in third person on
Yeah,
there too. Like my whole thing was my whole thing would be they would have to actually do something totally different. They couldn't even like the only thing about Horizon that looks like Gorilla made it is the graphics. Them graphics look them robots, they look straight up like the Hellgas from
they do.
Killzone.
Oh,
So they got their games within this game and their signatures there. Like what makes a Bungie game if you didn't have it in first person? And the easy answer would be I guess the easy answer would be I guess the freedom in gameplay. Like some games you can't move as freely as you could in a Bungie game, and
yeah,
the freedom in gameplay, like being able to throw a grenade while sniping and maybe doing something like a punching somebody, and then quickly aiming down sights, or doing something like I'm talking about scoping in, or throwing a sticky on someone, because that's even in Destiny from Halo, throwing stickies, you know. But to be honest, Fresh, what made Halo so amazing was they put Call of Duty and Battlefield in that game. They had vehicle warfare up to the teeth, as well as infantry warfare. Like Halo had it all back in the day, you know. And
yeah,
my whole thing was with Destiny was we was gonna see that more. We're gonna see that like tenfold, but we didn't. We barely have maps that allow for vehicle combat and PvP. They dropped the ball on that, no doubt. So if they made a new game, they would have to basically uh, go to the drawing board, do everything that they did best, put it in third person. Maybe ask for some help now that they're with Activision. Um, what is a third person Activision game? Do Activision even have a person game? I'm trying to think now.
I don't even think I don't even think they do.
Mm.
Activision, well, they had skateboard games. Oh,
No, that would be a little bit sad. You skating around and shooting your gun.
in first
Actually, that
person.
might be actually pretty fun. You get like a
Yeah,
skateboard game where it's like sci-fi and you shoot your guns. That's another thing. Bungie does really good sci-fi, so
yeah, they do. Uh huh.
I would like for
They
them to
would have
stick
they
with
like
sci-fi.
third person. That's Mass Effect. If Destiny gonna make it third person. Oh,
Oh, and that's another thing. Like Mass Effect Andromeda, we don't really know how that game is gonna be. Like, well, how is the gameplay? The gameplay loops. Will it be like how Mass Effect 1 and 2 was, and 3 was, like where you know you go into this instance like a mission and stuff, and after you're done, load out of it. Like on Mass Effect 1, actually, you wouldn't you can go explore these planets freely, and that's what I hope Andromeda brings back to the table: exploring the planets freely. Jumping in your Mako, it turns to a jet, and you can just fly like a jet all around the open space and stuff. So hopefully, um, Mass Effect Andromeda don't disappoint. But going back to Bungie, like they would have to, what makes a Bungie game a Bungie game? I definitely got to give it to the gameplay, because Bungie's gameplay is really a superior example of gameplay. Um, like in Call of Duty, the time to kill is so short, but in Destiny and in Halo, the time to kill is longer. So that would actually have to be in a third person game if they do it. Like they just gotta basically make third person Destiny. Because if you ever picked up a sword in Destiny, right? Like you go in third person.
Yeah.
So just picture if the camera
Yeah.
went over your shoulder, right? How much better, not better, but how much different would that be? That'd be it. Their third person game, you know?
That would be it.
Mm. And go for
Yeah.
that ledge climbing, because how annoying would that be? You jump,
Yeah.
you jump in third person on a ledge that you can clearly see your arm at length to grab, and you don't. So they would have to add ledge climbing in Destiny.
That's why I like Advanced Warfare, man. They did it. Go.
And Halo did it too. Does it? Halo 5. But
Halo 5.
anyway,
Fake.
and man, all these games we're talking about fake. We ain't talking about NBA or 2K.
Look, No Man's Sky. Ledge climb on that.
Oh, you don't even got arms, man. They don't show.
You do got arms in No Man's
They
Sky.
don't show your arms or hands in No Man's Sky.
That is true. They only show the gun. Oh.
What battle? Overwatch? You don't see your legs either?
You do see your legs when you look down.
Nah, man. I look.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Sorry, I'm hitting the mic again. You floating, bro. But that game is good. The Overwatch game is good. But look, Fresh. I believe we're at the end. This video, I'm gonna try to hit it for Monday. If it comes out before Monday, don't be mad. Just be glad. But yeah, Uncharted 4 next week. We're hyped for it. Are you hyped for it? Write in the comment section. Also, write in the comment section. What genre should Bungie take on, if anything? Because he used Guerrilla Games as an example, and like Guerrilla Games, they still in a way dealing with sci-fi. They didn't walk away from it because all their games are sci-fi, so they didn't walk away from that genre. They still got robots in their games. Anyway, though, we're gonna do our sign-offs.
Just the camera view. Oh.
Just the camera view.
Man, the camera view, first person, third person, that transition.
Man, GTA 5 all the way. They nailed it.
Oh, man.
Okay, Fresh. We have reached the end of the show. Those of you who stuck this far, thank you for sticking this far. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to my boy Fresh channel, but I'm gonna let him tell you that. Fresh, do your outro.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for tuning in. Whoever the one person was, or 2, 3, 5, 50 million people that was tuning in this podcast. Thank you very much. It's your boy PrinceThaGamer, aka Mr. Fence, aka Mr. Straight to the Topic. We have gotten straight to those topics, and that was episode 11. And subscribe to my channel to be updated on more gaming news. That big unboxing coming from Uncharted Libertalia Collector's Edition. And yeah, we talk gaming, and we'll see you in the next episode.
That's right. Hey, let me say this, Fresh. What if we get Uncharted 4 before Monday, man? Like, what would it start streaming it?
Oh, start streaming it? Story DLC coming out too. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man.
So we can talk more about that later. Oh.
You know what? No, let's not do it, because it's over. But yes, that's all she wrote. This has been Raw, coming at you raw. I want to announce this here. A giveaway announcement. Help me get to 200 subscribers. We're giving away a $50 gift card for both PlayStation and Xbox. So yeah, let's do this thing. Let's grow together, and that'll just be a reward for those of you who've been sticking with us this long. So yeah, that's all she wrote. Peace.
That's all she wrote. Have fun with Battleborn.
He not ragging on Sony. He's not saying bad things about them. He actually want to play Uncharted 4.
I'm just playing. Let me stop.
And
humble guy.
No, I'm just saying, like, he could be mad and saying like, oh, they doing this. He could be making up excuses, but he's not.
You know what? I wish they did though, Fresh. Let's be real. I want these companies
have
to
a little
fight
conflict.
because this is good for us. Competition is good for, like, if you got two guys, not two guys, I guess you could say two networks, right? They're gonna try to outperform each other, like Destiny and Division, for instance. I'm sorry,
Right.
Fresh. I want this conflict between the two companies. I want Phil Spencer on Twitter blasting Yoshida, saying, "Haha, you delayed Horizon, you sucker." I said sucker with the S. You
gaming
DK.
industry would be a whole lot. It would be more popping than what it is now.